Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be building an Infusion Altar. So let's step right on into my laboratory we got going on here, and we need to check out our achievement book. And first thing on the list says to build an Infusion Altar, and the next we have outfit a golem with a tiny fez and a tiny bow tie. Now the golems we're going to get into a little bit later, maybe a future episode, because we're going to use it to automate Essentia. But as of right now, we need to make an Infusion Altar. So here is the Infusion Altar, once you've unlocked it after completing the research. And for each one of these blocks, it's going to require 40, for the Runics Matrix, it's going to require 40 Ordo. And if you notice, this doesn't exactly hold 40. It only holds 25. So what you needed to do was in that other episode where we had the peck, you need to trade with that peck and get yourself a great wood sapling, which I did, and also silver wood sapling because you'll use that later. But you basically, allow that great wood sapling to grow, chop the tree down. It's kind of a difficult tree to chop down, but I made a lumber axe, which made that a lot easier. This will chop everything. If you chop the bottom of the tree, it'll chop all the logs and let everything drop down. So that was quite convenient. If we also look to even activate it, we're going to need 25 of every aspect. Now, what makes this so difficult is this runic matrix means we have to craft a new wand. And so we go under the wand tab, and our basic wand moves over into a great wood core, which we need great wood for, and we need 3 per dito. Pretty simple. That task is pretty simple. We also need to find caps for it. Now we can make thaumium wand caps, but I went ahead and used gold caps because they're pretty efficient and easily accessible to somebody newer. Say they started this right off the bat, which you can do. Right here is the thaumium one if you wanted to make those. Of course, you have to research all this, and they're a little bit more difficult. Oh, actually, no, you can't. You can't actually make this one at all. Okay. Yeah, because it requires Arcane Infusion to craft a... well, that's for charge. Never mind. Just for a regular thaumium cap. If you want the charged thaumium cap, that's when you use the Arcane Infusion. But we'll have that up today. Alright, so let's get back into our Arcane Infusion. So we need to set this up, and I already got all these arcane stone blocks that we need. I went ahead and got everything we need to build this thing. Each one of these blocks also require aspects. So you're going to need to run back and forth between the deep dark if that's where you're getting your aspects, because I don't actually know if there is any out in the open. I don't know if they spawn randomly. They might. I haven't taken the time to look out here. Deep dark works a lot better for me. I have tons of spots out there found already. So let's go ahead and build this thing. Alright, I have everything I need right here. I have a fully filled up golden capped, or banded it says, great wood wand. I have my Arcane Infusion. We'll get into this Arcane Alembic and the Warden Jars later. But we're going to pop these right down in our inventory, and we're going to build this thing. I also created this room downstairs. This is where everything is going to be the main stuff. So let's actually hop back up real quick. Need to get one item. Let's see, let's do one diamond block. Now you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it because I have quite a bit of diamond blocks. I figured it might look pretty nifty down here. So I'm going to place my Arcane Pedestal right here. Now items can go on these. So if you see, I just placed an item on there. So when you right click, it comes off. Alright, so next step is to place your blocks just like it shows in the book. Alright, let's check that out. Now it says you're going to place your arcane stone bricks there, and then these are going to be right above it, and they're going to be spaced accordingly. Pretty simple to do. So right here, going to be our stone bricks. Just like this. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this placed. Actually, I placed these too far away. Let's go ahead and put these back over here. What I'm going to do is place this on here. If you shift click, it'll allow you to place an actual block on it. I'm going to go ahead and place that on top since I have the blocks. And then these will go here on top of those. The next step is to get our Great Wood Wand, and you're going to click on it right here. You're going to just click your wand right on the runic matrix, and everything should start up and should be awesome. This is a pretty cool looking thing. So I'm gonna actually click out of here, and look at that. Look how cool that looks. That is pretty cool. Alright, so we have this Arcane Infusion now set up. Now there's a few more things we're going to have to do to it to get it to work properly. At its current state, you can't do anything with it. There's nothing for it to draw from. We don't have anything set up yet. So, what do we need to do? We need to set us up some more Arcane Pedestals. And now, I recommend, it shows in the book, I actually think it shows you where to place these. It does. Okay, so see, it's got it set in one block away. So we're going to do this. We're not going to set this one up exactly, because later on we're going to need more. So I recommend having 8, or you're actually going to need 9 because you got one in the middle. You're going to need 9 of these Arcane Pedestals, and I'm going to place them just like so. And the Arcane Infusion, when you start doing them, it wants everything to be sort of symmetrical. Whenever things aren't symmetrical, you're going to have a lot of issues. Whereas lightnings can strike you, you can have lightning strike inside here, knocking things off the pedestal, stuff like that. You don't want none of that bad stuff happening. Alright, so we have an Arcane Infusion table set up. This is perfect. Next step. Alright, now you're thinking, what do we need to do? How do we get this other stuff to work? Alright, so we're going to set up some Warden Jars around here. And a good place is about 3 blocks away. It could be right up against it, but you need some room to walk in here. So I'll do 3 blocks away, starting here. There's 3 of them there, and I'll just expand them out. This can go all the way around. It doesn't matter what side it's on, just as long as it's close to it. I need to keep one of these jars, so we did 3 out. This is going to be 3 out here as well. Actually, we don't need jars on the outside. I'll explain why in a little bit. But you're going to need all these jars and keep one. Okay. Alright, so after you have your Warden Jars set up, you're going to need a few things. First, you're going to need an Alchemical Furnace. This is going to be your main source for converting aspects into Essentia. So we're going to place that, let's say right here, nice even. And you're going to need also some Arcane Alembics. Now, as long as one is hooked to the top, just like so, you can place them to the sides and to the bottom, just like this, just so they're easy to access. Now, you can get by with just one. But the problem with using one is when we have multiple aspects per item. Say like this one even has 2 just for coal. This one has 2. Certain items have more than one aspect. You're going to have aspects that are stuck in here until you move them out. So whenever you have multiple aspects going into or in a setup like this, they have room to go into different places. So you're not getting stuck with Essentia being in one area, and you have to unload it and unload it until you get that one Essentia that you want. Alright, so we need fuel. Well, this thing needs some fuel. So let's throw some coal in there. And the coal should burn up. Now I have some cobblestone. And if I place one piece of cobblestone in here, you'll see it starts to cook. And if you look, because we have goggles of revealing on, you can see that 1 Terra went into this one, and 1 Perdito went into this one. So if we throw this whole stack in here, this is going to continue to burn up, and it's going to fill these pipes up. Pretty nifty. Now if we threw a different item in here, like coal, let's take these out, and let's throw coal in here. Should give us different aspects and push them somewhere else. Now if it doesn't, which it looks like it's still filtering out the aspects into their proper containers. So let's wait a minute. Stuck right there. I don't know if that's the coal that's stuck. If this is the case, then I don't recommend placing them to the side like that. So let's go ahead and break these. And we're just going to continue to place them on the top. Just like so. Now it's working. And up there, you're getting the 2 aspects from this one. Awesome. Now I don't recommend doing what I just did, putting 2 different types of items in this thing before it's completed. Because like I said earlier, it will start to mess up. Well, since this is done, perfect. I can show you what this Warden Jar does. When you click on here with the Warden Jar, it fills this jar with the Essentia. And when you put this jar, click this jar on an empty one, or shift click it to an empty one. Oh, I thought maybe it's a bucket or a vial. But now you have a jar of this. So if you open this one, you can come back and say I want the Perdito and place that down, just like so. Now there is something that you can use to make this a lot easier and automate it. And I'm going to get into that here shortly. So this is pretty tedious, as you can see. And up there we can click that one. So this is pretty tedious, but we're getting Essentia in jars, which is exactly what this thing uses. Alright guys, so I had just done quite a bit of work getting this Golem and the Golem Alchemy Core, which actually was the hardest thing to make. Went ahead and did that. If you look at the Golem is pretty simple. It just requires some Thaumium, but this Alchemy Core was not. What it required was the Golem, this core, the Dechanting Core, or Decanting Core, and I had to do an Arcane Infusion on it. So what I did was I went ahead and manually got all these aspects and just manually put them in there. This was pretty simple to do. Basically used all of it up. There was actually 15 perfect, which was perfectly fine with me. But it got us the Alchemy Animation Core. And then I made a speed upgrade, which is this right here. Super simple to make. That skeleton sounds really close. I also had the Golemancer's Bell. That is one of the easiest things to make. And I have these accessories. So, the accessories were required for the achievement: outfit a golem with a tiny fez and a bow tie. So we have the tiny fez and we have the bow tie. So, let's head on down and let's set this up. Okay, so we're going to place our golem down. I'm going to put the animation core in him. Pretty simple. Put the speed upgrade on him. And put the fez. And we got it all set up. So we can actually click both of these achievements off, and we're good to go. We've basically got most of Thaumcraft done. Like some of the hardest stuff is done right now. So what we need to do is we need to click this and hook it up. Now this golem should start collecting the stuff out of this. I'm pretty sure. I think he needs to go here and here. Okay, so I think I figured out exactly what's wrong. Okay, so what I needed to do was actually click him. Instead of clicking him on the block down here, I need to actually click him on the block that I want him linked to. And as you can see, he filled his jar up, which is exactly what I wanted him to do. Now, if I click this, I should be able to link him to there. Perfect, and now they're linked. And he's going to start filling all these up, just like it should be. Perfect, and he'll continue this until this is completely empty. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.